Hey everyone, I'm Dan from JazzComposersPresent.com, an online space where composers, musicians, and listeners come together to celebrate the music we love. I'm joined today by Remy Le Boeuf, Grammy-winning composer and saxophonist, leader of the Assembly of Shadows Jazz Orchestra, co-leader of the Boeuf Brothers, chief conductor of the Nordkraft Big Band, and director of jazz studies at University of Denver. Remy is here to show us how to use modulation effectively in our compositions.
Hi, everyone. So if you've seen a Disney movie or listened to Whitney Houston or Beyonce, then you are familiar with the power of modulation. It's this sneaky thing that just makes music more engaging, and it's a really simple tool that is often overlooked. So I want to talk about how it can be effective in making repeated material feel fresh. And we can do this in two ways. Modulation can make a solo section more interesting if the song needs more of an arc or if it's kind of harmonically stagnant. It can also be really useful during the recap section of a song or near the end of a piece to add a lift and an intensity. Let's get started by listening to my composition First Snow from the album Silent Course with the Nordkraft Big Band, myself, and vocalist Danielle Wirtz, which starts in D minor and then moves to E flat minor. So where you heard the voice come in, that is the recap of the melody. So the song began in D minor with that melody in that key. So as I progressed through the song, I wanted to give it a sort of lift. And we did that by this section that's firmly in D Aeolian, which is kind of where the piece lives most of the time. And as we look at the next slide, it continues in D Aeolian. And as we look at the next slide, we get to this B flat minor 6 chord. So if we think about D minor, the relative major is F, right? And we have this B flat minor to F major, B flat minor to F major. It's a borrowed chord. It's a 4 minor chord to 1, if you want to think about it that way. From there, we use that B flat minor as a bridge with strong bass motion using 5-1 bass motion for B flat to E flat. We elegantly get to the next slide, which is E flat minor. And it kind of seamlessly takes us there. Now, modulation doesn't have to be a blended thing. It can be a firm juxtaposition to be like, oh, suddenly we're up, you know? But we've just played the whole head out. The whole rest of the tune is just up a half step. And when the trumpets come in and when we hear that melody again, it just feels a little different. It feels a little more fresh. So let's take a look at another example. Next, we're going to look at my arrangement of Thad Jones's A Child is Born. This is from a record I did with the Nordkraft Big Band called Strangers to Ourselves. The piece does a lot of that 1 minor 4 progression. For the solo section, I basically rewrote the whole solo section because I felt like it was feeling a little stagnant and I wanted the solo to have more of an arc. So we're going to take a listen right before the solo section. So as you noticed, we started that solo with a modulation actually into D flat major, and we go from D flat to G flat minor, this 1-4 progression. And as a soloist, that's really fun to play over, but I wanted it to go somewhere else. And we have the same section we modulate again with powerful bass motion. We're over D flat, then we move to a C flat, down a whole step, and then it's just an easy half step down to B flat. And we do the same thing in B flat major to E flat minor. And it feels so different when you're listening to it, especially with the addition of backgrounds. And that really drives the piece forward, and it makes it feel like we're going somewhere. So that's an illustration of how modulation can be powerful. It keeps music engaging for the listener, and it can help drive a piece forward or bring it to an exciting close.
Thanks for watching today's mini lesson. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Drop any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos down below. To watch our full-length events and participate in live Q&As with our presenting artists, head to jazzcomposerspresent.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.